Dear second year students, I will finish the poem today. The poem named Daffodils. Two stanzas are to be covered, and the first two of the stanzas have already gone. I have told you that it is a very serious poem, and Wordsworth cannot be taken so lightly. It is a very serious poet. Though he is a natural poet, we find realism in his natural poem. In his natural poem, he has already given his adherence towards nature, the adherence towards nature with realism. We cannot say no. That is why Wordsworth of the realism is important, that is categorized, and that is also very prominent. The realism is evident in the successive pages of his natural poems, and the man has already seen the power of divine in the world of nature. That is why he is unique. That is why he is unique. His natural poem is dealt with the spirituality, terrestrial power, divine power, spirituality, and the cosmic power, cosmic, C-O-S-M-I-C, cosmic power. We find the cosmic wisdom in the poem, cosmic wisdom, related to cosmos, which is metaphysical. That is metaphysical, out of physicality, above the mundane chaos, above the day-to-day life, above the din and the bustle, above the real earth. So, we have that cosmic power, cosmic energy, cosmic wisdom. Especially, this cosmic word is related to William Wordsworth's natural poem. William Wordsworth's natural poem will give rise to the spirituality, terrestrial power, divine power, godly power. All these things are there. Terrestrial, cosmic, all these things are there in the poem. You come to the third stanza of the poem. I will finish the poem today. The third stanza of the poem, you see, the waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. So the waves in the bay, the waves in the lake are found by the poet, but the beauty of the flowers, surpasses the beautiful waves presented by the lake, presented by the bay. This is about the beauty of the flowers, the charming beauty, the fascinating beauty, very majestic beauty, touching beauty, heart-touching beauty, mind-blowing. So all these things are related to this particular piece. The piece is nothing but the daffodils. So the poet wants to say in the third stanza of the poem, the waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee, in pleasure, in happiness, in joy, in a joyous condition, in joy. The beauty especially surpasses the waves in the bay, the waves in the sea, or the waves in the lake. That is beyond our calculation, that is beyond our imagination. The waves, they go side by side. They pass side by side in the sea or in that bay. Wordsworth also had found the wave just over the heads of the flowers. Just over the heads of the flowers. Wordsworth has seen the curly waves. Wordsworth has seen. Again he had come across many waves. They are in the bay or they are in the lake. So he has already brought a comparison. He has made a comparison. Normally, the beauty of the flowers, the beauty of the waves found in the flowers will surpass or has surpassed the beauty of the waves presented by the lake. You mark. So this is a comparison he has already given. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. So this is about the cosmic wisdom. You mark. This is about the cosmic wisdom, the metaphysical situation he has already created. Out of a physicality, dohi ko nuhe, dehar bahare. Out of a physicality, metaphysical condition is there. Or metaphysical thing is there. Metaphysical. What is metaphysical? Maybe a compound word. Meta plus physical. Meta only refers to out of physicality. Go beyond physics. Go beyond physics. That is meta. Metaphysical conception is there. You mark. Metaphysical conception. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. They defeat. The beauty of the flowers defeats the waves in the sea, the waves in the bay, the waves in the lake. It defeats. It vanquishes. It surpasses. It also makes it very ignoble, makes the other waves in the sea ignoble, insignificant. Because it has its unique beauty. It has its unflinching beauty. It has its fathomless beauty. And the poet has come back. That is the cosmic beauty. Related to the cosmos. Related to the cosmos, not ethereal. Related to the cosmos, out of a physicality. Terrestrial and divine. Terrestrial and divine. Dear students, a poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. This is about the mirth, M-I-R-T-H. This is about the mirth, happiness and the delight the poet has got. Happiness is permanent. Pleasure may be temporary. Joy may be temporary, but happiness refers to permanence. I am happy. So that happiness is long lasting. Happiness. It refers to the permanence, normal, that is love. While the poets write, they give rise to happiness because they deal with the permanence. You dear students, a poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company, in such a merry company, in such a joyous company, in such a happy company. Every poet cannot but be at home. Every poet cannot but be at home. Every poet cannot but see, cannot but feel, cannot but enjoy the sufficient beauty, the divine beauty of the flowers. You mark. Cannot but. କୌଣସି କବି ରହିପାରିବ ନାହିଁ ସୌନ୍ଦର୍ଯ୍ୟ ନ ଦେଖିକି, କାରଣ they have already given, these flowers have given a joyous company. They have provided a joyous company for him. So that is why every poet, including him, every poet will be gay. Every poet will be pleased, heartily pleased, hearty pleasure, hearty joy, happiness, supreme joy. The poet will get. You mark. The poet will get the supreme joy, ecstasy. He will get rapture, mirth, delight, merriment, and many of the things are there the poet has got. You mark, a poet could not but be gay. Anandita nahi rahi paribo nahi. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company, in such a joyous company. Because anybody perhaps. So these flowers have already given. These flowers have already extended their company. They have extended their companionship to the poet. They have offered their friendship to the poet. They have offered their companionship to the poet. And the poet is enamored. The poet is simply desperate. The poet is astounded. The poet is outwitted. The poet is at his wit's end. Have you seen the beauty that the flowers have presented? Having seen the beauty, because beauty is the truth, I have told you. That beauty is the truth, beauty is God, beauty is everything. Beauty is beautiful, ugly is beautiful, small is beautiful. Beauty is beautiful, ugly is beautiful, small is beautiful. You mark. Every small thing is very beautiful. Forest is dark, but it is beautiful. Forest is dark, but it is beautiful. Lovely, dark and deep. You mark. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but they are beautiful. The woods. Very beautiful. So that is why the nature is an embodiment of a divine nature, source of joy. It is the healer. It has the power to heal, and you will be recovered when you will come in contact with the very beauty of nature, because it has that healing capacity, curing capacity. It can cure. Remember, everybody will be gay. Every poet will be gay. Every poet will be pleased. Every poet will get rapture. Every poet will get supreme pleasure, supreme joy, supreme happiness out of seeing the beauty of nature, coming across the beauty of nature, because that will give something to you, that something is unforgettable. That will give something to you, that something will remain forever with you, that something will remain forever. Or the poet says, in such a jocund company, in such a joyous company, merry company, jocund, and I gazed but a little thought, what wealth this so to me had brought. I gazed but a little thought. The poet was gazing only. Gazing work was done. The poet gazed and gazed. The gazed is repeated. The word gazed is repeated. So there is an end. There is end in between the two. Gazed and gazed. Gazed and gazed. So it may be the epigeuxis. It may be the epigeuxis or dicope. Dicope it may be. এটা হইপারে ডাইকুপ, কারণ এটা ইন্টারভেনিং শব্দ আছে এন্ড টা তা ভিতরে গেজ এন্ড গেজ তা ভিতরে উঠে এন্ড রহিলা। যদি খালি গেজ হইতান্তা এবং সেটা হইতান্তা epigeuxis হইতান্তা। why গেজ ইসু হইতলে epigeuxis হইতান্তা। যেটা এটা একটা ডাইকোপ হবো কাহিকি না, দেয়ার এন্ড ইন বিটুইন টু গেজ, দুইটা গেজ ভিতরে এন্ড আছে। তাকে ইংরেজিতে বলতে ডায়াকোপ, DISUPE, ডাইকোপ। এই প্রকার that is a figure of speech. So I gathered and gathered, that is a repetition, gathered and gathered, but a little thought. A little thought means negative thought. There is no thought. The poet is not a thoughtful. There is no thought coming to him. The poet is not at all thoughtful. I have told you that he has lost everything. He has lost his entity, he has lost his being. His blood has been suspended, the motion of blood has been suspended. He is at home with the flowers, very close to the flowers. He sees nothing except the flowers. The poet sees nothing all around him, there is nothing, because he has already forgotten his own sister Dorothy. Because he has only one loving sister that he has forgotten. When almost all his poems carry some lines about Dorothy. Some lines which say about Dorothy. But here, though Dorothy is present there, but the poet is silent about Dorothy because he has forgotten everything. Because he has lost his entity, he has lost his being. the motion of his blood has been suspended. What I say? Because there is a vast power, the power of nature. There is a vast power. There is a vast power, a celestial power just before him. And the poet is completely attached to it. He is completely lost. He is lost. Only he sees the daffodils, a host of golden daffodils, a large number of daffodils, touching their heads, fluttering, dancing, and they are doing the work of the human beings. They are doing the work of the living creatures. They are doing other living creatures. So, how do they attract and what have they given? How do they attract the poet and what have they given to the poet? And you have to find out. से केमिति कवि के अट्रैक्ट कले एवं से कोन आनी देई चोटी से फुल गुडा का तांका पाई कोन आनी चोटी दैट इज आल्सो इंपोर्टेंट यू हैव टू मार्क यू सी कलाई गेज द मोटर लिटिल थॉट व्हाट वेल्थ दिस सोल टू मी हैड ब्रॉट से मो पाई कोन आनी चोटी बोला एटा गुटे भाई पिला माने तमे देखो इट इज अ स्पेक्टाकुलर साइट द साइट इज स्पेक्टाकुलर very precious sight and he has a precious moment. वर्षवार्तक पाखरे मूल्यवान मुहूर्त गुडा अछि एवं फूल गुडा स्पेक्टाकुलर बोलना they have already presented a spectacular sight, very majestic sight, spectacular sight. एवं जोटा कि the poet cannot ignore. The poet cannot ignore, bypass. You will never pass by. उन्हें pass by कभी किसे जाई पारी ना. You will never overlook. So that is why the poet is spellbound. He is spellbound. मंत्र मुग्ध भलिया छिड़ा आइ जे. जदि आप मंत्र किछि करि ना दिसना. He is spellbound. He starts still in order to enjoy all the things here. What the nature is. How nature is a power. How nature is a power itself. It is a vast power. Because he sees nothing, only the presence of something that is hidden. The presence of something he has marked in his imagination. In his imagination, he finds the presence of the divine. The presence of that power, big power. Wordsworth has indicated. No poet has seen. No poet can see. No poet has seen earlier, but Wordsworth has done it. So that he is praised all over the world. He is accepted all over the world as a natural poet. Robert Frost is called William Wordsworth in America. Robert Frost is called William Wordsworth in America. In America, Wordsworth is known. In Russia, Wordsworth is known. In India, Wordsworth is known. A very distinguished writer, a prolific writer, and a very powerful writer, and nobody can touch him. But he has already gone to the summit while writing the natural poem. While writing the natural poems, he has already gone to the summit. बहुत ऊपर भाग में जाइए we cannot reach. That is all reachable. That is all reachable. Our eyes can never reach. Our vision will never go. Our hands will never go. That is all reachable. पहुंची होगा नहीं. एमिति का स्टोरी कुछ नहीं. चावल देखो. आई गेज ने खाली बलबल करी कि और नहीं. आई गेज ने बॉटल लिटिल थोड़ी किछि और भावना नहीं. एवं भावना सब चली जाइछि. as if the thought has come. As if the feeling has come. Only flowers. He and flowers. He and flowers. Only flowers and he himself. And nothing is there which will interrupt. Nothing is there which will interrupt. But interrupt करिया पाई किछि नाही. एवं सबुडा सी एवं फूल भीतर संपर्क. The rapport between them. The relationship between them. So this is above 3 stanzas. First, above, that means the first 3 stanzas have already come spontaneously. Though the poem was written in 1807 perhaps, The poem was written in 1807. 1807 ମସିହାରେ ଲେଖା ଯାଇଥିଲା ଏବଂ ଯଦିବା it is the work of his matured brain. It is the work of his matured brain. It is a matured creation. ତେଣୁ ପିଲାମାନେ ତାଙ୍କର ଯୋଉ ସମ୍ପର୍କ so daffodils ଯୋଉଟା କି ମୁଁ ତମକୁ କହିଛି the symbolic meaning, very important, the symbolic meaning of daffodils is the rebirth. The symbolic meaning of daffodils is resurrection, or that is also rebirth or rinasa. rinasa নবজাগরণ এবং তার রিবার্থ পুনর্জন্ম বা নবজাগরণ তা ভিতরে গোটে নূয়া জিনিস গোটে নূয়া অবতার in an idealistic way like P.B. Shelley, which is marked by his idealism. In romantic poetry we see the idealism of P.B. Shelley is prevalent. The idealism of P.B. Shelley is prevalent. That is evident. Idealism, आदर्शवाद. ये समिति का एक आदर्शवाद देखिए से कविता लिखुଛନ୍ତି जहाँ हम जानिबा को पहुँचे that is due to Vinasa. My dear students, you mark that the French Revolution came in 1789. French Revolution took place in 1789. And Wordsworth wrote lyrical about with the company of St. Coleridge, Southey, and even his sister Dorothy in 1798. And he is inspired by the French Revolution. When Rousseau said, man is born free, but everywhere he is in chains. So, romantic ideology, romantic sensibility, romantic feelings come to them. From that version, from that talk, from that magazine, the romantic feelings come. What is that? Man is born free, but everywhere he is in chains. So that is about the romantic feeling, romantic sensibility. So the romantic poets, most of the romantic poets in the 19th century, they have drawn their themes, they have drawn their inspiration from this magazine, from this version. What Rousseau has said, man is born free, but everywhere he is in chains. So dear students, the poet, as being a romantic poet, as being a nature poet, wants to be very much with the beauty of nature, wants to be very much with the beauty of nature, at home with nature, and the nature is all in all for him. Nature is all in all for him. So in one of his poems, Prelude, long poem, epic Prelude, book 1, he has pointed out. What does he point out? Such fair sweet time had my soul begun, fostered alike by beauty and by fear. Dear students, first of all, William Wordsworth feared nature. Because when he was a little child, when he was a boy, he feared nature. Because he was not very close to the nature. He was playing with nature, no doubt, but he feared seeing the cataract, seeing the waterfall. He feared how water is coming. But gradually, he was very close to nature, he became very close to nature. And finally, began to born, B-U-R-N, began to born just like a lamp. His mind was functioning just like a mirror while he was a little boy. His mind was functioning just like a mirror. ता मनटा काम करूथला गोटे मिरर भलिया ओइना भलिया सेठी प्रकृति सब रिफ्लेक्ट करूथले जतरे से छोट पिला हिता जतबेले से बड़ी गेला मैच्योर होला सेतबेले से निजे जळिबा को आरंभ कला प्रथमे ता माइंड रे रिफ्लेक्शन करूथला तापर भय आसीला तापर से निजे जळिबा को आरंभ कला ଏବଂ ତାପରେ ହି ବିଗେନ୍ ଟୁ ବର୍ନ ହିମସେଲ୍ଫ। ଗୋଟେ ବହିଟେ ଅଛି ତାକୁ କହିବ ଦି ମିରର ଆଣ୍ଡ ଦି ଲ୍ୟାମ୍ପ। ଦି ମିରର ଆଣ୍ଡ ଦି ଲ୍ୟାମ୍ପ, ଯୋଉଟା କି will get there in romantic imagination in mirror, the mirror and the lamp। ଯୋଉଥର WhatsApp କଥା ବିଶେଷ ଭାବରେ ବର୍ଣ୍ଣନା କରାଯାଇଛି। What is the mirror? What is the lamp? When he was a child, he was a boy, the natural objects, the natural objects were reflected in his mind, because his mind was functioning just like a mirror. But when he was mature, he feared nature. Why? Now how the cataract in the waterfall, in that waterfall, the water is falling. In the waterfall, the water is falling from above the head. It creates awe in him. It creates awe. It creates awe in him, fear in him. And then he became very close to nature in the last part of the poem. And this poem has already come in 1807. That was written in 1807. Though it was the first poem, it was the poem of his first phase of life, first phase of creativity. But it seems to be a matured poem, a matured creation of Holy Gospel. I have told you the example, solitary river, because the poem has a similarity. The poem Tim Turner, you will get a similarity. Similarity is there, essence is there, something is there. But the difference is that is a song, here it is a flower. That is a song, here it is a flower. But the thing is only one, you mark. The feeling is really sad. The single feeling is there in almost all his poems, you mark. So, I have told you that a prelude has 14 modes. The prelude will give you 14, prelude 1 to 14 modes. So, this is about the psychological, spiritual, philosophical development what the poet had. So, the reflect the poet's close attachment with nature, is psychological development, is spiritual development, philosophical development. All these developments are there in the prelude from book 1 to book 14. Only nature. The nature prevails, the nature reigns. You will see. So that is why the poet has been kept as a memento, and the English poet is taught in India. You mark. I gathered and gathered but a little thought. I gathered and gathered but a little thought of what wealth this soul to me had brought. Samana ko wealth ku show karuchanti. Samana ko wealth mo pai anichanti. Ko sampada. That is the supreme joy. That is the supreme happiness. Jaha ko paila pare he will write only poetry. He will be writing poetry only. He will be writing poetry. Kali kavita lakhuthubo. And that is the supreme pleasure, supreme joy, supreme happiness. Jaha ko ami English re ko rapture, R-A-P-T-U-R-E, rapture by ecstasy. In English that is called a rapture or ecstasy. That is the supreme pleasure, delight, ananda, जोटा कि unforgettable. What the daffodils have got. तमे मार्क करो छुआ. What wealth दि मु खाली बल बल करी कि अनेइली. मो पाखरे से चिंता नथिला. से कहूची कोन but a little thought. Little thought means negative thought. There is no thought and negative, little is negative. Little is a negative adverb. Then he has no thought. Without thought. He only knows the flowers. He only sees the flowers. Other than the flowers, he knows nothing, sees nothing. That is why the poet says, I have a little thought. Khali little thought thila, kichhi nathila. Little hochi negative adverb. Negative adverb. A little is not like kichhi na. What wealth this sort of me had brought more by corn wealth and so wealth la kon tam bhabucho. And that is the supreme joy. That is the supreme happiness. Evo seita kwancho. सेटा कौन करिवो ना दैट विल अलाउ हिम फॉर हिज क्रिएटिविटी, दैट विल अलाउ हिम फॉर हिज क्रिएटिविटी, दैट विल हेल्प हिम राइटिंग सो मेनी पोएम्स। प्रकृति कविता गुड़ा लिखा सूर्य की से जो सुप्रीम प्लेजर दैट इज अनफॉरगेटेबल, दैट इज अनफॉरगेटेबल छुआ। तेणु से गुड़ाक से सुप्रीम प्लेजर पाई out of going through the poem, out of seeing the beauty of the daffodils beside the lake and beneath the tree, beneath the trees and beside the lake. ସେମାନେ ଫ୍ଲଟରିଂ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ଡ୍ୟାନ୍ସିଂ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଏବଂ ସାଇନିଂ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ଗ୍ଲିଟରିଂ କରୁଛନ୍ତି। କେମିତିକା କରୁଛନ୍ତି ନା ଜଷ୍ଟ ଲାଇକ୍ ଦି ଷ୍ଟାର୍ସ ଅନ୍ ଦି ମିଲ୍କି ୱେ, ଜଷ୍ଟ ଲାଇକ୍ ଦି ଷ୍ଟାର୍ସ ଅନ୍ ଦି ମିଲ୍କି ୱେ। ଏବଂ ଯୋଉ ସମୁଦ୍ର ଭିତରର ଯୋଉ ଢେଉ, ସେ ଢେଉକୁ ବଳି ଯାଉଛି। କଣଟା ବଳି ଯାଉଛି ନା ଆର ଯୋଉ ଫୁଲର ଢେଉ ବା ଫୁଲର ଯୋଉ ସୌନ୍ଦର୍ଯ୍ୟ। ମାର୍କ କର, ଦି ବିୟୁଟି that surpasses, the beauty that surpasses the waves in the sea or the waves in the bay, the waves in the lake, lake or beauty की पारे जाऊँगी छुआ। तो मैं आश्चर्य हबो मोर गोटे ओडिया कथा मने पड़े जते बेले चिलिका काव्य रे राधानाथ राय वर्णना करछन जे कांची विजय परे पुरुषोत्तम पद्मावती को सांगरे धरी चिलिका हृद देकी आसुचंती ओडिशा। कांची विजय परे कांची राजा को परास्त करिगिरी पद्मावती तांको झियो को धरिगिरी आसुचंती ओडिशा फेकुचंती। मु ओडिया रे टिके कहूची छुआ पिला माने कहउछन सा टिके ओडिया रे कहबे एवं कमेंट करछंती सा टिके ओडिया रे कहबे टिके टिके ओडिया हले भल हो। तेणु करी मु सामान्य ओडिया रे कहउची जे पद्मावती की धरिकी आसला बेले चिलिका ऊपर देकी आसुचंती गजदंत तरी रे धळा तरी नौका एवं ताहारी ऊपर बसछंती पद्मावती पुरुषोत्तम दास। पद्मावती कर जो चूड़ केशपाश चूड़ केशपाश जेटा से चूड़र रंग चिलिकार रंग जलर रंग को परास्त करुची। तो मार कर नीलिमारे बामा चारु केशपाश तो नील बिचिकी कला उपहास एणु की तरंग अपमान भरे शिर पिटुथिले चरणी पंजरे। तेणु नीलिमार बामा चारु केशपाश तो नील बिचिकी कला उपहास। तेणु ता जो चूड़र रंग चिलिका नील जल को इमिति परास्त कला से ढेउ गुड़ाक चिलिकार ढेउ गुड़ाक मुंड बाड़े होउथिले सेई नौका देहरे गजदंत तरी रे मुंड बाड़ौथिले परास्त होउथिले परास्त हे गले। ये मध्य समिति का एक दृष्टांत। सो दिस इज वन ऑफ द एग्जांपल्स, दिस इज वन ऑफ द इंस्टेंसेस द पॉइंट हैज मार्क, द पॉइंट हैज गिवन। तार सी जो ढेउ लेक रो जो ढेउ द लेक्स इन द सी ना द वेव्स इन द सी, द वेव्स इन द लेक कोन होचोती ना आर डिफिटेड बाय द ब्यूटी ऑफ द फ्लावर्स, आर डिफिटेड बाय द वेव्स ऑफ द फ्लावर्स। ये फूलर ढेउ ताको परास्त करूची, फूलर सौंदर्य ताको परास्त करूची सेही समुद्र रे थिबा ढेउ गुडाको से जो करली वेव्स गुडा आसुची एवं से गुडा दे आर डिफिटेड। So that is the poet's motive to say, that is the poet's motive, that is the poet's idea to say something. What wealth this show to me had brought, जे मो पाई को वेल्थ शो करूचंती कोउटा आनिचंती, what they have brought for me, they have brought that supreme happiness that will help for your creativity, that will help to write something, by using words, by coining words, शब्द संयोजन माध्यम रे तमे जो कविता गुडा लिखिबो छुआ एवं से ही लिखिबो वर्ड्सवर्थ भी लिखिबो बिकॉज़ ही हैज गॉट द वेल्थ, he has got the wealth and treasures। से जो ट्रेजर्स पाइचंदी that is immense, that is beyond the calculation, that is beyond measure what he has got। अरे this ordinary earth will never give you, this materialistic world will never give you, this mundane cares will never give you, this day-to-day life will never give you, this humdrum of life will never give you, the humdrum of life, जीवन जो humdrum एवढा जीवन रे देई पारिबो नाही, बाट नेचर will give you। छुआ माने तेणु वी शुड स्टैंड एंड स्टे हियर किंतु वर्षोत्तर कहते यू हैव नो टाइम टू स्टैंड एंड स्टे हियर कि देखिया प्रकृति देखिया तुम पाखरे समय नाही कारण यू आर वेरी मच विथ द वर्ल्ड वर्ल्ड कविता लिखिछंती यू आर वेरी मच विथ द वर्ल्ड कारण यू हैव नो टाइम टू स्टैंड एंड स्टे हियर मटेरियलिस्टिक वर्ल्ड तुमको ग्रास करि देछि बिकॉज़ यू हैव ऑलरेडी बिकम ए होलो मैन तुम सब फंपा मनुष्य हो जाइछो तेणु एठी आउ किछि नाही संपर्क काहा भितरे काहारी नाही तेणु लंडन ब्रिज हैज फॉलन डाउन अरे लंडन ब्रिज हैज फॉलन डाउन लंडन लो ब्रिज भांगी जाइछि लंडन ब्रिज हैज फॉलन डाउन देयर इज नो रपोर्ट देयर इज नो कनेक्शन देयर इज नो अटैचमेंट काहारी सहित काहारी संपर्क नाही फ्रैगमेंटेड पूरा सेक्टर्ड इनटू पीसेस ताहारी भितरे नेचर गिव्स प्लेजर नेचर गिव्स जॉय नेचर गिव्स हैप्पीनेस ओनली सोर्स ऑफ प्लेजर यू मार्क तो एटा गोटे सुप्रीम प्लेजर जेटा से पाइछ तापर छुआ देखो ए जो तीनटा स्टांजा प्रथम तीनटा स्टांजा हम तमर पढेली एवं सेटा होची कोन ना स्पॉन्टेनियसली जे हैव कम दो द पोएम वाज रिटन इन 1807 द पोएम वाज रिटन इन 1807 1807 मसिया रे लिखा जाइतला एवं these three stanzas have already come spontaneously एवं जो लास्ट स्टांजा इज वेरी इंपोर्टेंट एवं से लास्ट स्टांजा दा छुआ कोन हिची दैट इज द रिकलेक्शन कोडी रिकलेक्शन हिची इन द ट्रैंक्विलिटी then Wordsworth has a poetic theory you write down actually me Wordsworth has a poetic theory what is the poetic theory a poetry is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings recollected in tranquility that is the poetic theory Wordsworth has a poetic theory कविता के theory अछि एवं से theory हला कोन ना poetry is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings recollected in tranquility निस्तब्धता भितरे से देखु जदी किमिति का that has already become a recollection अरे the last stanza has been recollected हिच कोठी ना in tranquility in loneliness in desolation or in loneliness forlorn एवं एकुटिया से केमिति देखु जदी से रापटी सुनाता मन भितरु पसि छुआ त माने ती जानिता we have only 5 sensory organs which प्रत्येक लोक हमर पांचटी इंद्रिय अछि 5 sensory organs but Wordsworth has an extra organ that is his inner eye that is his inner mind that is his inner eye inner ear Wordsworth रो गुटे अधिका इंद्रिय अछि षडेंद्रिय कवि कहती a man of 6 senses Wordsworth is a poet of 6 senses Wordsworth is a poet of 6 sensory organs extra organ the extra organ ताकर अछि एवं से मन भीतर देखुचनी सौंदर्य देखो इछुआ से कोजने फॉर ऑफन हुए नॉन माय काउच आई लाई इन वैकेट और इन पेंसिल घुसी दबे ए शेष स्टांडा ए शेष स्टांडा को घुसी निश्चय दबो फॉर ऑफन हुए नॉन माय काउच आई लाई इन वैकेट और इन पेंसिल द प्लस ऑफ दैट इनवर्ड आई व्हिच इज द ब्लिस ऑफ सॉलिट्यूड and then my heart with the pleasure feels and dances with the daffodils ए छोटा लाइन देखो ओजी कौन बोजी for often when on my couch I lie in vacant or in pensive mood the flash upon that inward eye which is the bliss of solitude and then my heart with the pleasure feels and dances with the daffodils अरे फूलों ऊपर वर्णना कर दला तीनटा स्टांजा केते सुंदर जिनिस कइला से जो what have the brought what have they given how they are doing how they are dancing fluttering glittering shining सबुडा करूथले just like the stars of the milky way ताकर ढेउडा का केमिते परास्त करूथला से ढेउडा को तार ब्यूटी उडा का केमिते परास्त करूथला से ब्यूटी उडा को से ढेउडा को all these things have already been told by him but in the last part of the poem ताकई छुआ जतबे से फेरी आछन घरे जतबे फेरी आछन when he is they are in his home when they are his when he is they are in his home when he is just on the couch ऊपर एतले बसती couch हला बिछना रकमर भी बिछना ठीक सुइज आराम से आराम जा हां एवं couch ऊपर से गदी ऊपर एतबे से सुअंती सेतर कोन गति फॉर often means बेला बेला कि most of the times देखो the meaning of often is most of the times or sometimes जोटा तमे करियो Sometimes, most of the time, sometimes, most of the time, both are correct. Sabuda ठीक. तो for often when on my couch I lie, जते lie करी पड़ी था पूरा flat है की पड़ी था couch देहरे, बा armchair रे, सुईबा बढ़िया परिस्थिति आसे, जते बड़े in a vacant or in a pensive mood, जते बड़े जो mood, either vacant or in a pensive mood, vacant mood माने किसी चिंता फिता किसी नहीं, what is vacant mood? A vacant is free from thought, अरे vacant is free from thought, चिंता मुक्त. Our God pensive mood, that are thoughtful. When he is thoughtful and when he is not. When he is thoughtful and when he is either or, vacant or in pensive mood. ସେମାନେ ଫୁଲ ଗୁଡାକ କଣ କରନ୍ତି ଶୋଇଥିଲା ବେଳେ କାଉଚରେ when you are sleeping on the couch in the vacant or in pensive mood they flash upon that inward eye flash କରି ଯାନ୍ତି ପୁରା କୋଉଠି ଆମ ଭିତର ଆଖିରେ inward eye inward eye ହେଲା ଆମର ଯୋଉ ଭିତର ଆଖି ତାର ଯୋଉ ଷଡ଼େନ୍ଦ୍ରିୟ ଛଅଟା ଇନ୍ଦ୍ରିୟ sixth organ ଏବଂ ତାହାରି ଆଗରେ ନା flash କରି ଯାନ୍ତି just like lightning ଅସ୍ପଷ୍ଟ ହେଇକି ପଳେଇ ଯାନ୍ତି ଏବଂ ନାଚି ନାଚି କି ଚାଲି ଯାନ୍ତି ସେ ଫୁଲ ଗୁଡାକ the dance just before his inward eye just before his inner eye just before his mind's eye ତା ମନର ଆଖିରେ କି ସେଗୁଡାକ ନାଚି ନାଚି ଛୁଆମି କେମିତି ପଳେଇ ଯାଉଛନ୍ତି ଦେଖ the flash upon that inward eye which is the bliss of solitude ଯେ ନିର୍ଜନତାର ହଉଛି ଆନନ୍ଦ bliss bliss ये होची जो निर्जनता एकिटिया बसଛନ୍ତି ସେ एकिटिया ଶୋଇଛନ୍ତି ସେ ହଉଛି କାହା ଉପରେ on the couch ସେତେବେଳେ ସେ ପାଉଛନ୍ତି the bliss ଅସୀମ ଆନନ୍ଦ immense happiness immense joy delight ପାଉଛନ୍ତି ଫୁଲ ଗୁଡା ଯେତେବେଳେ ନାଚି ନାଚି କି ଚାଲି ଯାଉଛନ୍ତି ଫ୍ଲାସିଂ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଡ୍ୟାଙ୍ଗଲିଂ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଡୁଇଣ୍ଡଲି କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଫୁଲ ଗୁଡା ଡ୍ୟାନ୍ସିଂ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ଫ୍ଲଟରିଂ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ग्लिटरिंग करूचंती शाइनिंग करूचंती सेतबेले देखिकरी आत्मविभोर हे जाउचंती से स्पेल बाउंड एंड ही ओनली हियर्स ता भरिया सुनुचंती कहा भरिया सुनुचंती ना द सॉन्ग ऑफ द सॉलिटरी बर्ड जोडी से वर्णना करथला आई लिसन मुसलनेस एंड स्टिल एज आई माउंटेड ऑफ द हिल द सॉन्ग इन माय हार्ट आई बोर लॉन्ग आफ्टर इट वाज हार्ट से गीत जमीती बाजुला इको होता रिफ्लेक्ट करता सेमती फूल गुड़ाक पुणी देखा दौरान मानस पटरे मनर आखिरे he is catching the beauty he is seeing the beauty derives immense pleasure immense happiness he derives ecstasy rapture supreme pleasure এবং जोटा कि you cannot calculate you cannot imagine so this is the thing. The point has given in the last stand of the point. शेष stanza से दूची कौन कोइला से बापा देखो ताले ला ग्रेट जॉय एक्सटासी राप्चर जोटा कि से दौचंती कोन जो डैफोडिल से फूल गुडा का फ्लैश करंती व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ अ फ्लैश सडनली अपीयर करंती सो व्हेन ही वाज फाउंड देयर ऑन हिज काउच द डैफोडिल सडनली अपीयर्ड बिफोर हिम The daffodils suddenly appeared before him. ता आगे की नाची जाउचंती एवं ताकू दौचंती कने giving him immense happiness giving him sufficient pleasure giving him supreme joy supreme pleasure giving him ecstasy giving him rapture many of the things are there ei सब जिनिस गुला ता बाबू आछी एला माने देखो इछुआ सत्त बेले कोन होची and then my heart with pleasure feels आनंद रे भरी जाए मोर हृदय एवं आनंद रे भरी जाए मोर हृदय my heart is replete with pleasure आनंद रे भरी जाए आ कोन करे ना begins to dance and dances with the daffodils फूल मानव संगरे संबताला रे नाचे देखै छ ई बात जो अत्यधिक एटहोम न होला पर्यंत अत्यधिक निजर सत्ता न हराइबा पर्यंत फूल संगे हृदय केबे नाचिबो नाही तेणु राति रे और दिन व्हाइल ही वाज स्लीपिंग ऑन द काउच व्हाइल ही वाज जस्ट flying flat while he had lying flat on the couch and he had The song also, song of the solitary girl, and he also saw the beauty of the daffodils. भर्ती कर दियंती हृदय रिप्लीट विथ प्लेजर, filled with pleasure. तापरे his heart begins to dance. एवं नाचिबा आरंभ करे किमितिका ना just like the dance, performed by the daffodils. Just like the dance of the daffodils. No समुद्र कूल रे ए daffodils फूल गुडा जमिते नाचुथले ए हृदय गुडा सेमिति डेउची एवं नाचुची वर्षा. देखो छुआ, the poet is very akin to, the poet is close to nature, daffodils, so that the daffodils comes to him, to his memory. Daffodils was saying by his memory gaston. एरा गीत सुनिला गीत आसला ता मेमोरी. टिंटन ने भी देखिला 5 वर्ष परे गला आलु केमिति देखा जाउची. टिंटन ने भी ताकर कविता. They are seed time had my soul become fostered alive by beauty and by fear. अरे बाबा ये सब प्रकृति होची गंताहर, सौंदर्यर गंताहर, भयर गंताहर एवं भयर भक्ति आसे छुआ. भय तमे भय करियोनी, मते जदि भय न करियो तुम पाठ पढियोनी नी. तेनु ओटिके भय करो, तेनु भय आसिले भक्ति आसीबो, स्पिरिचुअलिटी आसीबो, स्पिरिचुअल. तेनु एटा गुटे रिसरेक्शन, पुनर्जन्म. दिस इज ए रीबर्थ, दिस इज ए रिसरेक्शन, दिस इज ए विनाशा. This is a feeling, idealistic feeling by the poet. और the poet is giving his own idealistic, आदर्शवाद चिंताधारा. जो थे विनाश अछि, नवजागरण अछि, जो थे पुनर्जन्म अछि, एवं से जेमति पाउचंती गुटे नुआ जन्म, पुनर्जन्म. एवं that is his heart is dancing, human. His heart is dancing. छुआ देखा आउ थले देखो सेटा होची, एटा ट्रांक्विलिटी निस्तब्धता भितरे, एकुटिया जतले रहउचंती जे सुनुचंती कहूची कोन आ फॉर व्हेन ऑन माय काउच आई लाइन वैकेंट और इन पेंसिव मूड. दीटा मूड कथा से कहउचंती, टू मूड्स, गोटा ला वैकेंट मूड आ गोटा पेंसिव मूड. मार्क करो, टू मूड्स आर देयर और कोई कंजंक्शन और मूड जुडीची, गोटा ला वैकेंट मूड और पेंसिव मूड एवं दुईटा मूड रे जतले से थाए थॉटलेस मूड, थॉटफुल मूड. वैकेंट वाला थॉटलेस, पेंसिव वाला थॉटफुल. दुईटा मूड रे जतले था the philosopher appeared from the suddenly, that appeared suddenly before him in the solitude, in that loneliness, in that solitude, loneliness and samana nachi jante. They provided a great joy, they provided ecstasy, rapture, great joy, ananda diyoti. And then my heart with pleasure fills, ananda bhari jaye hrudayo, ananda re bhari jaye hrudayo, and that begins to dance with the company of the daffodils. With the company of the daffodils, his heart dances. अरे तांकर उडे रेनबो कविता अछि वर्षवर्थ. वर्षवर्थ कर आउडे रेनबो कविता. सेहि थरे बढ़िया कथा कहिजंती. कोन ना my heart dances when I see rainbow in the sky. My heart bounces. मोर हृदय बाउंस करछि. My heart dances when I behold a rainbow in the sky. आकाशर इंद्रधनु देखिला परे मोर हृदय काई डेला. My heart dances. मोर हृदय काई नाचिला कहछि से हृदयटा किमते नाचे मु भी जानेनी. तेनु ओनली जे कि फील करि पारंती जो माने ही नेचर पोएट बा जो माने ही इमेजिनेशन को डील करंती, दे कैन से इन व्हिच वे हार्ट डांसेस. हृदय किमिति का नाचे मु जानि जे हृदय पाटी बाकू पड़े आसे. हार्ट कम्स टू द माउथ जतले व्हेन वी आर एगव, व्हेन वी आर वेरी एक्साइटेड, आवर हार्ट्स कम टू द माउथ. हम हृदय उडा कम मुहगति पड़े आसे. किंतु एटा हृदयटा नाचुची. एमा हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल? द पॉइंट हैज टोल्ड यू हाउ इज इट पॉसिबल, केमिति का संभव. दैट इज पॉसिबल इन इमेजिनेशन, that is possible in imagination, that is possible in solitude, that is possible in loneliness. तेरा सब संभव छुआ. तेणु the last part of the poem is an outcome of the tranquility. It is an outcome of the tranquility. एतो निस्तब्धता रे एटा outcome. This is an outcome of the tranquility. ठीक. तेणु रेनबो कविता बढ़िया कविता से कहूची My heart dances when I behold that moon in the sky. भाई इंद्रधनुर सातरक देखि सारा पर हृदय केमितिका नाचुची सेमितिका नाचुते एठी जनकिर सी कहिचंती जता नाइटिंगेल गीत से सुनुचंती सेतले कहउचंती my heart aches अजीब कोनटा I have taken mandragora or hemlock सला hemlock खाइची कि नहीं गोटे विषाक्त पदार्थ को खाई दे कि मु ढोल लाग जाय मु ड्राउ जाय फील ड्राउजी जन किड्स कहउचंती नाइटिंगेल ओ टू नाइटिंगेल कविता रे आई फील ड्राउजी मते निदुआ लागुची जे मु हेमलॉक खाइची कि काहे कि मु ड्राउजी फील करची कोनटा ना हियरिंग द सॉन्ग ऑफ द नाइटिंगेल अरे हियरिंग द सॉन्ग ऑफ द नाइटिंगेल गीत सुनी गिरी से किमते ड्राउजी फील करचो निदुआ फील करचो हेमलॉक खाइचंती किमा मांड्रागोरा खाइचंती एमो सोडा पॉइजनस थिंग अल्कोहलिक थिंग this is the thing dog जन किड्स कहउछन सब रोमांटिक कवि माने समानक निज निज चिंता धारा रे अटल वर्ड्सवर्थ इज फेमस फॉर हिज पैंथेइज्म ही इज फेमस फॉर हिज नेचुरलिज्म ही इज फेमस फॉर हिज रियलिज्म towards the adherents of nature realism John Keats is famous for his exoticism he is famous for his beautification S.T. Coleridge is famous for his supernaturalism. P.B. Shelley is famous for his idealism. In a romantic poetry, we find a happy marriage. In a romantic poetry, 19th century. In a romantic poetry, 19th century, in a romantic poetry, we find a happy marriage. Now, we find a happy marriage of idealism. We find a happy marriage between the idealism of Shelley and the realism of Wordsworth, the adherence towards nature. We find a happy marriage. We find a happy marriage between ଦୁଇ ଜଣଙ୍କର ବାହାଘର ହେଇଛି କାହାର the idealism of Shelley love of nature. The idealism of Shelley is the love of nature and the realism of Wordsworth the adherence towards nature. There is a very good marriage. विवाह संपन्न हेते nuptial hour has begun. का भितरे the idealism and realism. The marriage between idealism of Shelley and the realism of Wordsworth. So that is that we find there in romantic poetry. So each poet in romantic in the 19th century has his speciality. What is that? S.T. Coleridge is famous for his supernaturalism. Wordsworth is famous for his pantheism. P.B. Shelley is famous for his idealism. Keats is famous for his exoticism or beautification. And Keats is a poet of beauty. Wordsworth is a poet of nature. John Keats, P.B. Shelley is a poet of idealism and S.T. Coleridge is a poet of supernaturalism. You mark. So there is sonorous vigor. There is very sonorous vigor. Especially we find there in the poetry of the romantic poets. Dear students, I will never analyze more. I will never want to say more. But this stanza, the last stanza, which is very important, that gives you something great. It gives you something great. What is that? A great joy is also available with alliteration. With alliteration, देखो, dances with the daffodils. Dances line. Dances with the daffodils. Last line. That is alliteration. D sound. এবং তারপরে and জুড়া হইছে দেখো ইছুয়া and দুই তিনটা and ଅଛି and ସବୁ ଜୁଡ଼ା ହେଇକି ଅଛି that is polysyndactyl that is called polysyndactyl ତମେ ଜାଣିଥାଅ ଖାଲି ଆଉ କ'ଣ ହେଇଛି ନା ଆଉ କ'ଣ ରହିଲା ତା ଭିତରେ ଆଉ ଗୋଟିଏ ଜିନିଷ ରହିଲା ଦେଖ ଏଇ the waves beside them danced but the outdid the sparkling waves in English ସେଟା ହଉଛି personification ରେ ଯିବ that will go under personification. The sight is spectacular, very precious, and the poet has never ignored. ignore kori nai. There is a metaphysical conception